welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a full face of Wet n Wild products, cosmetics, products, Wet n Wild. I recently did a video, and I'll put it right here, the thumbnail. I did a video on their cushion foundation. Let me back up a little bit. I'm a huge Wet n Wild fan. If you guys didn't know that, you guys know I always use at least one of their products usually in my makeup routine, in my makeup tutorials. So I bought that foundation, I did the review, and I went to put it away. And I was like looking through my, my makeup collection, and I'm like, geez, like I have so many Wet n Wild products. And I always like to watch those videos on YouTube where it's like a full face of Maybelline or Wet n Wild. I may do Milani next. Let me know if you guys want to see that. But yeah, this is the look that I created. I just love, like, can we just talk about the eyes? I am super in love with this eye look, this makeup look, this eye look, the glitter, like the sheen. So yeah, I wanted to create this entire look for you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys want to see more like drugstore full face one brand tutorials. I really enjoyed this one. It's just fun to see what you can accomplish with like inexpensive makeup. But yeah, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you guys don't miss when I post a new video. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. And here we go. First of all, who is excited that Leopard's making a comeback? I know I am. To go ahead and start off, I'm using their 3-in-1 primer. This is the cucumber. They have like a coconut scent and a few others. This is my first time using this, and that is a heck of a mister on there, but it smells phenomenal. And I like it, so I'm using that to prep my skin. I'm going to go in with this palette. I'm going to have all the descriptions below as far as like shade numbers and things like that. But before we go in with the eyes, I'm just going to use their concealer. And this is the first time using their concealer. The shade's not bad. I think it's a little light when you see I'll use it on my face. And just so you guys know, their products are cruelty free. So if you look for that in a cosmetic line, Wet n Wild is the way to go. So I'm just taking that flesh tone shade first just to set everything, and then we're going to take that orange shade. And I started on the outer third of the eye, but then I decided I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I just kind of brought it over the entire eye because I decided to do a cut crease in a little bit. I'm then going to go in with that little bit of deeper transition shade. It's a little bit more of a red undertone, and I'm focusing this on the outer third and a little bit lower in the crease, and I actually kind of like wing it out. You'll see in a minute here. And I feel like it's easier to show you guys one eye as opposed to both. That way the video is a little bit shorter too. So let me know if you guys like that or if you want to see both eyes. I'm going to go back in with their Wet n Wild concealer, and I'm going to cut the crease. I definitely had to do the other one off camera because I still struggle like cutting the crease. I don't know what it is. I really do think, actually I lied. I think it's the brush I'm using. I need to like find a better like crease cutting brush. I'm then going to go in and take that shimmer shade right there next to that yellow mustard shade. And these they just honestly apply better with your finger. So I'm just dabbing in that, pressing it in, and then I'll take a brush in a moment here and get around those hard to reach areas. Look how pretty it is, though. I was debating whether to leave it like this, but I chose not to, and you'll see in a minute here. I'm going to go in with that darker shade. It's a brown shade, and we're going to deepen up the outer V area. But first, to blend, I forgot this part, to blend the shimmer shade with the shadow, like right where that concealer ends, I just take a little bit of that and like buff it in. That way you can't really see the transition between the two shades. But this is what I'm talking about. I'm just taking a little bit of that brown shade and buffing it out. I wanted to deepen the outer V area. And you guys, these lashes from Sumptuous Beauty in the style Dallas are to die for. And I actually have a coupon code for you guys. It's Alicia20 for, I believe, 10% off. I'll link their Instagram down below so you guys can check them out. But they are like 3D mink lashes, and I am in love with them. So yeah, be sure to check out them. To prime the skin for foundation, I'm using their matte primer and just using it on my nose and like right around like on the sides of my nose where my pores are pretty large and I get oily throughout the day.
So you guys know, check out my last video if you haven't already. I'm super in love with this cushion foundation. And since that video, a little bit of an update, I actually like to use a round like buffer brush. This is from e.l.f. I actually like to do this to disperse the product. And then you'll see in a minute here, for me to spot conceal, like you can see that boulder on the side of my forehead, I actually like to go in with the pad that it came with and pounce it on there, and it literally is like a freaking makeup eraser. Like, I don't know what it is, but that little compact that it comes with, when you dab it on there, it just adds so much coverage. So that's kind of the routine that I've been doing with this foundation. Like, look at that. It's like poof, freaking gone. So I still love this foundation. That's how I've been applying it. Has not broken me out yet, and it does last longer with a mattifying primer and a setting spray. So still, you guys, I'm in love with this foundation. And then I just use my beauty blender just to get right in between those brows, because it always builds up there. But yeah, super in love with this foundation. I hate makeup on the lips. It's a whole thing, I know. To conceal, I'm going to use that same concealer. And this is what I'm talking about. It's like super light. And honestly, you guys, this is probably the one product I did not like. I need a lot of coverage. If you guys didn't know, I have under eye filler and actually need to get a touch up. And you'll see at the end there. So I need lots of coverage for under my eyes. And it went on thick, but like once I blended it out, it just lost some of that coverage. So, I mean, it's not bad, but maybe I'm going to try it with a different setting powder, like my Laura Mercier or my Fit Me concealer, my Fit Me powder. But for now, though, like from what I did in this video, I'm not a true fan of the concealer, but it does do the job if you don't need a lot of coverage like I do. This is the contouring palette. It comes with a highlighter shade and a contour shade. I'm just going to take that highlighting shade and press that in as my under eye powder just to set everything in place. So like I said, I don't know if it was this or the actual concealer that just wasn't mixing right. So I'm going to work with it and see if I can, make that concealer work. Just going to highlight everywhere that I concealed. And honestly, like right there, it looked pretty good. So yeah, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's the powder or the concealer. And then to just set everything in place so I can bronze, I'm just taking that highlighting shade again and just doing the outer perimeters of my face. Then we're going to go with that contour shade, and I actually really liked this. And honestly, you guys, these powders, both the highlighter shade and the contour shade, were pretty pigmented. So I was super impressed with that. So I'm really liking this contour shade. It's a nice shade. I think they have two different shade palettes, but like I said, I'll link the one that I have below. But I'm just contouring, doing my cheekbones, my temples, and whatnot, just to give me a little bit more of color. So now that we're done having a little Rita Ora break, for brows, you guys have probably seen me use this in my video before. It's the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Duo, and I just wanted to purchase a new one so you guys could like actually see what the top of it, like the front of it, looked like. But I'm just taking the middle shade, which is a little bit darker one, and just filling in my brows. So I'm going to show you the one, and I'll speed through the next one just so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. But basically, all I'm doing is giving me a tail. Like, quite honestly, that's all I'm doing. I have pretty, like, decent thickness of brows, I guess you could say, but I just don't have, like, a tail, and I like to have a long, kind of like an elongated brow. So I just mimic that and, blend that out, and then I just take a Q-tip and just clean it up, and I just keep going back and forth, and then I'll take that shade again and just do very thin, like hair-like strokes in the front, and you can see the before and after there. So then I'll just speed through, but basically I'm just doing the same thing on the other brow, which is basically just giving me a tail and giving me some little hairs in the front. And then to set them in place, that clear, or like that white part, is actually a brow wax. So I just take my spoolie, I get in there really good, and just comb my brow hairs up. And honestly, I've done this before, but like I've gotten away from it just because I've always used my Maybelline clear mascara. But honestly, this is like, it's like soap brows, basically. It's just with the wax, and it's so inexpensive. I think this thing is like $2.99, the Brow Duo. So it works out great. So definitely check that out if you're looking for a great brow kit. And for the bottom, I'm pretty much just going to mimic what we did at the top. I'm going to take that transition shade and buff that on my lower lash line. I'm going to bring it down pretty low also, just because I want more like a blown out look. And then I'm just setting the powder in place, and then I'll take a pencil brush right here and just blend it all out. Then I'm going to take that brown shade again and focus this on the outer third, like outer corner of my eye, very close to my lash line, just so I have a little bit of definition on that lower lash line. Just because like what I like to do at the top, I like to do at the bottom. Then I'm using my Mega Length Mascara. You guys know I always use this. It does not transfer on me. The brush is awesome too for lower lashes. And then moving on, we're going to blush. This is a peach toned blush, and just from past experience, like I know their blushes are very pigmented, so just be very, you know, don't pick a lot of product up with this because it is really, really pigmented, but it's a very nice like peachy shade, especially for summer, so I'm excited to use this. Then I'm going back with the contouring palette, taking the highlighter shade and just running a little bit underneath the contour shade and the blush just to clean it up a bit. Then to set everything else in place, I'm taking a 3-in-1 primer again, giving me a couple spritz there. I'm really liking that too, by the way. So this is funny. So this is a loose powder. It's I'm So Lit, I believe. I think they have a couple shades of this as well. So I'm just going in, and I wanted to be like very gentle with this. I barely picked any product up, as you can see there. And then I go in and I'm like, oh damn, like that's a lot. So just if you're gonna get this loose highlighter first, it is so pigmented, you guys. Like you can see it right here. Just be very careful. Do not pick a lot of product up on your brush. Like I did it again. Like you think I learned from the first side of the face, but I definitely went in a little bit too heavy. Now, if you like a beaming highlight, then this is what you want. But I just wanted a little bit more of like a subtle highlight, so I just went back in and kind of like blended it out a bit. But honestly, I'm excited to like really play with this loose powder, this highlighting powder. I just have to use a light hand, like for sure, a light hand. So I'm just doing my usual areas between the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow. Then I did the tip of the nose. I was like, okay, I'm not, because I usually don't do that, but I like wanted to try it, and I just don't think it's for me. So I'm just taking the brush and kind of toning everything down and muting it out a little bit. Then for lips, this is like one of the products where I was super excited to use. It's actually a gel lip liner, so it was so creamy and so easy to apply on the lips, especially if you have chapped lips. It doesn't get like all kind of like cakey and crusty, so definitely recommend those. And then I'm just going in with the liquid lipstick in the shade Send Nudes, I think. Like, how funny is that name? But it's just a nude, and I feel like it went nice with the tones of the eyeshadow, so I really like these as well. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you guys want more one brand or drugstore makeup tutorials. I think it's really fun to create inexpensive looks, especially if you're on a budget. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Leave any comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.